Well, hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee. And I told you we were going to make Snoop Dogg's cookies. My kids got me Snoop Dogg's cookbook for Mother's Day. Oh, I love it. And I've made these cookies a few times. They're fabulous. And they literally fly off my market stand shelves. So if any of you are going to do like a fall bake off, or not bake off, but a fall bake sale, these are hot sellers. We're going to do those. Beautiful recipe. See how those look? Gorgeous. I will put that book up. I'll also list the recipe in the description box, but I'll put it up to the camera so you can see it. Pause it and write it down too. We're going to do those. We're also going to do some beautiful breakfast cookies. That's another fabulous seller. These were requested. So I've made these all through the summer. I haven't kept them stocked in my market stand because I'm telling you, they sell so much, I'd be baking these cookies every other day. So we're going to bake these. I'm going to show you, and you're going to love them. And that's the first thing we're going to work on are these cookies. So with that being said, I got all kinds of stuff here. We're going to, I'm doubling this recipe, as always. You guys know that. I always double them. But we're going to do 2/3 cup of shortening. You can use butter if you choose. Okay. You can use butter with this, but I use shortening with all my cookies. And we're going to do 2/3 cup. Or no, excuse me. I'm going to do a 1.25 cups. So I need 4 of these because I already got it dirty. That's all right. So I got to do 4 of these. Okay, here's the 5th one, which makes 1.25 cups. Beautiful. Okay. Let me stick this aside. I'll just put it over here. Okay. I don't think I need that. Okay, and to that, we're going to do 2/3 cup. Yours would be 2/3. I got to remember I'm doubling this. And I got the recipe written down for single and double batch. So I make so many. A lot of the cookies and the bake stuff I do, I've done them so much I got the recipe in my head, but these ones I don't. You know, so I got to follow this recipe. We're going to do 1.25 cups of packed brown sugar. And I make my own brown sugar. I find it quite a bit cheaper. There's a 1/3. Okay. And then we're going to do 4 eggs. And then we'll mix this up and get it all creamed together. My chickens are slowing down on laying eggs, I'll tell you. I used to get about 5 dozen a day. Now I'm only getting 3. But Miss Sarah, she's got the beautiful duck eggs. Oh, those are wonderful to bake with. And have any of you ever baked with goose eggs? Those are nice. You can take a box cake and use 1 goose egg in that box cake, and it's incredible. All right, so we got our 4 eggs in there. I'm going to run this in there. See all that? We're going to cream that together, and I'll be right back. Okay, friends, now that we got that all creamed up, it looks good. We are going to add 3 cups of our old-fashioned oats. I use oats so much. I buy them in big bags. Okay. And then to that, we're going to do some flour, regular flour and whole wheat flour. So we're going to do 1.5 cups of regular flour. Use 1. And a half of white flour. And I'm going to do a cup and a half of wheat flour. That's not wheat flour. That's my dark rye flour. Hang on. Okay, friends. I got my wheat flour. A cup and a half of wheat flour. And there we go. Okay, so to that we're going to do some baking powder. 2 teaspoons. There we go. I'm going to sprinkle that right on top of there. We're going to do 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Okay. We're going to do a teaspoon of salt. We are going to do, let's see, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, which I'm just going to use this. And there we go. Beautiful. Now, to this, I'm going to add coconut and chocolate chips, but we're going to mix this up first, and then we'll mix that in. I'm going to put some chocolate chunks in mine. I like the chocolate chunks. And I'm also going to do about a half of my bag of coconut. Oh, I'm putting it all in there. Ha! Perfect. Now, I'm just going to mix this. These are wonderful. The recipe doesn't call for the coconut, nor does it call for the chocolate chips. But you could even add raisins. You could add anything you want to it. Some dried fruits. It would be wonderful. So this is done. And that's beautiful. I'll meet you in the kitchen, friends. Okay, friends. This is lovely stuff, I tell you. There you go, dear. Okay, I make mine jumbo. You can make yours any size you want. I've got my oven set to 350. And I make 8 of them at a time because I make mine big. This is equal to like a 1/4 cup. So that's a nice size cookie, especially when I sell 2 of them in a pack. It works out well. So we're just going to put these together. These ones you're going to have to press down a little bit because they really don't spread a whole lot. But this is perfect. And these, I'm telling you, these are hot sellers. Everybody loves these. Then I put 2 of them right in the middle. Perfect. Okay, so with these, I'll show you what I do. Okay, I take this. I put it in a little bit of flour, but I just press them down. See that? You got to press them down because they really don't. Uh-oh. That one's going to stick to it too. There we go. I need a little dish. Can you hand me a little dish, sweetheart?
Yep.
Yep, that's good. I'm just going to put a little bit of flour in here. Just to flour the bottom of my glass. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and press that down the best we can. Okay? And these turn out wonderful. That's all I do. Now you can do that with your hands, but I just use a glass. But I like the design that glass sleeves on there. So there you have it. See, there they are. Actually, no, we forgot one. We'll get this one pressed down. These are going in the oven, 350 degrees, and I'll show them to you when they're done. It's going to take 13 to 15 minutes. Okay, friends, now we're going to work on our chocolate chip cookies. These are Snoop Dogg's Royce cookies. Okay, unmedicated. He has a, I should read that to you. It is so cute in his book. He said you could put his secret ingredient, his herbs and spices in the cookies, because then when you eat them, you'd be on cloud 9. It really is cute, but we're not doing that. We're just making the cookies. Okay, so with that, I love that. I love watching Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart cook. I get the biggest kick out of them two. You know, I don't like the music, but I like his cookbook. It's good. We're doubling this, so this looks like an awful lot. That is 2 cups of shortening. You can either use shortening or you could use butter. I'm using shortening, okay? So with that, we've got the shortening. I am going to put the recipe in the description box so you'll have it for a single batch. Here goes our peanut butter. And yes, these cookies are fabulous with a little peanut butter in them. I got brown sugar. I don't have my brown sugar. So I'll put white sugar in here and then I'll run and grab my brown sugar. So I'm going to need a cup of white sugar. There we go. I need to grab my brown sugar. I'll be right back. Okay. We're also going to do a cup of packed brown sugar. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to put my eggs in here. And then I'm going to take this into my pantry and I'm going to cream all this together before I add the rest in there. Okie doke. So, I'm going to go mix this and I'll see you back here in a minute. Okay, friends. See, that is all creamed and mixed together beautifully. All right, so now we're going to do, let me move this. Now we're going to do 3 cups of flour. Okay, there is our flour. And to that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of our baking soda. Okay. And we need a teaspoon of salt. We need vanilla. 2 teaspoons. Oh, you know what? I want to do the baking powder first, which I forgot. Oh, there it is. I thought it was down here. We're going to do 2 teaspoons of our baking powder. Okay. Now, I'm going to do my vanilla. And I tell you the measurement. I'm doubling mine. I need 2 teaspoons of my vanilla. And remember, I'm going to put the recipe in the description box. So when you see me making this, and then you see the recipe, you're going to think, she put 2 teaspoons of that in the video, but only 1 teaspoon on here. Mine is doubled. I'm putting a single recipe in the description box because many have said to me, I'm a little confused why you only list a half teaspoon of salt and you put a whole teaspoon. That's why, because I'm doubling mine. Okay, I got to make sure I got all. We've got the flour, the soda, the salt, shortening, peanut butter, brown sugar, white sugar, eggs, vanilla. And then we're going to take our chocolate chips with me because I'm going to add those. And there's quite a bit of them. I'm using chocolate chunk. I'll see you back here as soon as I get this mixed up. Okay, friends. I've got this mixed up beautifully. Take a look. Oh, I didn't mean for that to be so loud. All right, we're going to move all this aside. Here comes Mr. Wayna. There we go. Scrape that off the best you can. Okay, good. There.
Hi, friends.
All right, same with the other ones. I'm going to do like a quarter cup because I'm making mine jumbo. You can make yours smaller if you so choose, but I do mine jumbo for my market stand. And they sell good, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Same way, I put 8 jumbo cookies on the tray. Okay. These are beautiful. You don't have to flatten these out because these turn out beautiful. They'll spread out a little bit on their own. These freeze nice too. You can take your scoops just like this and put it on a tray, scoop it out onto a tray and stick it in the freezer and flash freeze it so that if you want 2 or 4 or more cookies, you can just take them out of the freezer, out of your bag, and perfect. But flash freeze them first. Then they won't stick together. It'll be wonderful. All right. There you go. You see them? They're going to go in a 375-degree oven. If you're making the smaller ones, they're going to do about 8 to 10 minutes. These are jumbo. These go for about 13 to 14 minutes. So I'll see you, friends, when those are done. Okay, friends. It is time to start. I've got more cookies in the oven, but it is time to start wrapping these up. And then I'll show you just how beautiful they turned out. I just wrap them in a single layer and I put them in my baskets and then I put them out in my market stand. But I do got a beautiful label for my cookies and I will show you the labels. But I'm going to get these wrapped and then I'll show you how beautiful these cookies are. I can't keep them on my shelves. And that's all right. I don't want to. I want them to sell. They're wonderful. Okay, friends. Now, I'm going to show you. Look at, I got pigs in a blanket I took out of the freezer earlier, and they're just sitting there and thawing out, and they are going to rise, and I'm going to bake them off. And if you're still with me in this video, I'll show you how they turn out. But first, I'm going to show you just how beautiful these cookies turn out. We're going to break into one. These are still very warm too. Look at that, friends. Aren't those wonderful? And they are delicious. And they're still hot. Well, not hot, but they're falling apart. Those are wonderful. You'll have to give them a try. You won't believe that little bit of peanut butter in that cookie just makes it over the top. I love them. And so do all my customers. And I'm telling you, they'll be hot sellers at a bake sale. They're also wonderful for the freezer too. We made these beautiful cookies. These are all going out in my market stand, our breakfast cookies. I did peanut butter cookies, but these are ones that I had frozen. I do have a video on my jumbo peanut butter cookies, and I could link that video at the end of this video for you if you so choose. Then you can watch that. And our beautiful chocolate chip cookies. And I'll show you just how nice. I package these up, and there is my label, all according to my market stand. Beautiful. It's just simple, black and white label, nothing fancy. It's affordable. But anyway, if you have, if you're selling according to your state's cottage law, you need to make sure you know exactly what they require on your labels. Mine are all perfect for my cottage law. But anyway, I will put these recipes, friends, in the description box. And I hope you give them a try. They freeze beautiful, whether they're baked or still in dough form. It's wonderful. These cookies fly off my shelf. They're a hot seller, and they will bring you a nice little chunk of change if you have a bake sale. But anyway, friends, I want to thank you for hanging out with me in the kitchen. I will see you in the next video, friends. And as always, thanks for watching.